Smiling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank. When it take a swim.
Hey everyone, welcome to the post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank, where every week we give you an MBA in entrepreneurship. You get to meet some of the brightest and best CEOs in and around the state of Georgia. We were very, very fortunate this week. You should listen to an entire replay of the broadcast at shrimptankpodcast.com or download us on iTunes if you want to get an MBA yourself in entrepreneurship. But we were very fortunate today. We had an iconic business on today. We had on Jim Ellis, who's the president of the Jim Ellis Automotive Group. We talked a ton today about business and obviously cars and much, much more about building a 1,000-person company, which is pretty amazing stuff.
So, and one of the things I thought was really interesting is, you were talking about treating your customers and your employees as family. But that's something that every business owner will say, that they treat their customers well and that's important. But so few can actually execute and actually do that. So what's the secret?
Well, for us, it's education and culture. Establishing a culture, which we had done over the years, and then educating our new employees and with continuous education of our current employees about what that means, what it looks like to deliver an outstanding sales or service experience. And part of that culture building, one of the many things we do, is we have a Client Champion Award that we give out monthly. And that is to the one employee that has gone above and beyond in their sales or service delivery experience to our clients. And sometimes it may not be a client. We had a annual Client Champion Award winner that is chosen from the 12 monthly award winners that last year won for what he did coming to the rescue of a young couple on their way to a prom. Their vehicle broke down outside of our Porsche dealership, and he went to their rescue, and the vehicle was broke down, clearly couldn't drive it anywhere, and the parents were freaked out, didn't know what to do. Well, he took a new Porsche, took this young couple, and drove up to their prom in this new Porsche. So you can imagine what looked like was going to turn out to be a disastrous vehicle breakdown for their prom evening turned out to be one that they'll remember the rest of their life. And so that wasn't really a client that our Porsche salesperson delivered that experience to, but the point is delivering an outstanding experience for anyone that they'll remember Jim Ellis for the rest of their lives. And so he won the annual award for that exercise in being a good Samaritan.
I'm assuming there was no carpool karaoke. He didn't do that on there.
No, he didn't do that.
And
that's one of the things about building cultures. It's really important that if you're going to be what you say you are, you have to make it part of who you are, and that's with the culture building.
Well, I think for a lot of people watching, the experience still of going to a car dealership can be a very intimidating one. I don't know what's going to happen with the car salesperson. I don't know what's going to happen when I get to the finance manager. And my understanding is that you guys have implemented a program called Shop, Buy, and Trade Your Way. And I wonder if you tell folks a little bit about that so they can ease their minds when they come into a Jim Ellis Automotive Group dealership.
Okay, great. Thank you. Shop, Buy, and Trade Your Way is not really a program. It's actually an evolution of our message about how we go to market and what you can expect from Jim Ellis. It's always been expect the best from a Jim Ellis Automotive dealership. But this campaign actually is an evolution of our message, meaning you can shop, buy, or trade your way at a Jim Ellis Automotive dealership. And that means you can start from the traditional way of purchasing or leasing a new vehicle by gathering your information, calling the dealership, setting up an appointment, come in, evaluate the vehicle, make your purchase or your lease decision, and drive off in the vehicle. On the other side, you can purchase or lease a vehicle from Jim Ellis Automotive and never set foot in the dealership, and anything in between. So what this is about is letting everyone know that we recognize that retail is evolving, and with the information that's out there today, a lot of that can be gathered and put together, and you can help make your decision without ever coming to the dealership. We recognize that. But we do recognize that we're still a little bit away from that. I think survey said there's about 10% of the people that would like to do the entire process online. But it's changing, and we recognize that, and people want to be able to buy or lease a vehicle their way, and that's what we're offering at Jim Ellis Automotive.
So with all these changes, particularly with technology where there's so much more access to information, does that make this process much more commoditized?
Well, you would think so. And I think in the shopping and evaluation and information gathering stage, you would absolutely look at it as maybe a commoditized situation. But we feel that it's not a commodity once a customer becomes an owner of that vehicle. That vehicle is not a commodity to them. Most of them, it's their personal, very expensive investment that they're going to be mobile with. That's their mobility. So we think that the process may be commoditized, but we think that once that connection is made, whether it be by a phone call or an email, or they say, hey, I found this vehicle online, can you tell me a little bit more about it? I like it. I think it may fit my needs, but I'd like to know a little bit more. It's at that point that we should do our best to engage the client and make them feel like, now this is not just a commodity purchase. This is an investment, and am I making the right investment? I want to talk to somebody that's knowledgeable and that cares and that can really present some value for me.
Well, Jimmy, we love it when people are able to buy from somebody local here and support local businesses. So for folks that are watching the post-show wrap-up today on the Shrimp Tank, and they're thinking about, buying a new car, getting a used car, leasing a car, whatever it may be, how can they learn more about going into Jim Ellis Automotive Group and learning about your process and seeing if they can get a vehicle from you?
It's real easy. Go to jimellis.com, and from there you can gather all the information to really start your journey to purchase or lease a new or pre-owned vehicle. You gather all the information. We've got thousands of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. You can learn more about Jim Ellis Automotive, who we are, what we're about, a little bit about our culture, certainly events that we're involved in, charities that we support, the community that we support. And then certainly what you're looking for is that vehicle, is it the right vehicle for me, and what's it going to cost me, and is that of value for me? All that information is there. And then, of course, any one of our dealerships you can contact. I'm available. We think that's unique in our business to be able to actually talk to someone that has their investment and their name on the business. And you can do that too. So we hope that you'll take the time and experience Jim Ellis, jimellis.com.
Well, thanks again for coming on the program today, Jimmy. We appreciate it. You should definitely check out Jim Ellis. There's so much stuff that you can get there. And you should listen to an entire replay if you want to learn about building a culture and a family business over 46 years. Amazing stuff. And by the way, we'll leave you with this today. If you're a YouTuber and you watch us, I'm going to make a commitment for Chris Hanks today. He's not going to like this. If we get to 10,000 views on the video, Chris Hanks and I will do carpool karaoke. Jimmy Ellis can sit with us. And we will do the Beastie Boys, Fight for Your Right to Party. We will do it for you when we get to 10,000 YouTubers. Thanks so much for watching the post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank.